Hello, it's my Eurovision 2024 National Final Season Update 4. Welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. Please do click on the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and like, share and comment below. So again, it's another update on where we are in the National Final Season as we kind of approach the end of February. We had quite a big weekend of national finals last weekend, as well as a couple of internal selections being done as well, or released as well. So just to quickly cover the ones that we've had. Last Friday we had Germany selected their entry. In this particular case, the favourite, which was Rick, did not win. There was a surprise winner that actually won both the jury and the international jury and the public vote, which was Isaac and Always on the Run. However, while the favourite in Germany did not win, the favourite, the betting odds favourite, did win in the other four national finals, which all took place on a big Super Saturday. So if we just go round them, we start with Denmark, where Saba, with her song Sand, won. She won. She got through to she was in the top three in the results, which led to a super final. And in that, she won the jury vote. She came third out of the three in the public vote, but her jury vote was such that she won overall. And to be fair, she was the favourite to win as it was anyway. In Moldova actually saw the favourite, that again, the pre-show favourite one, which was Natalia Barbu, her song In the Middle. She is at the moment the only returning artist, or someone that's represented their country at Eurovision, to have actually managed to win their national final and be selected. She tied on points. And it was broken by the jury, because she won the jury. Another contestant won the televote, and the tiebreaker was that the jury decided always a little bit. I think some people get a bit uncomfortable when the jury makes the decision in the tiebreaker in those situations when there's a tiebreaker. But there was a bit of a subsequent scandal over the televote, because the second place contestant complained they had got twice as many televotes as Natalia Barbu, who came second in the televote, had done. And she was very happy about it, so her team sort of appealed. But as it turned out, there was irregular voting in the terms of the voting that she had got from the public vote, with around 1,000 votes, I think, coming from sources from Sims that had been registered in places like Aruba and Bahamas and all sorts of places where they would never have expected to have a vote coming in from. So yes, there does look like there had been some irregularities there. So all in all, I think probably we've ended up with the right result there. Then we moved to Estonia. There was a big favourite, and the big favourite really kind of ran away with it. They got to the super final, which is done via jury and televote, and then they did a landslide in the televote in the super final, and that was 5 minutes. I think that's 5 minutes, and Pull Up, and they won with their song, which has a record for Eurovision. It's the longest ever song title in Eurovision. I don't speak Estonian, so I'm not sure if I even attempt to say it. Nendest narkotikumidest ei tee mea kul midagi. That is probably very wrong in its pronunciation, but that's just to give you a flavour of how long the song title is. And then finally, the last national final that took place was Lithuania. Sylvester Belt won that with his song Luktelk. Again, much like Estonia, he got a landslide in the super final. He was in the top three. That again, Lithuania, like Estonia, have gone for a super final, and Denmark have gone for a super final this year, where the top three get put through. And I think that means if they had done it on the old voting system from last year, he may not have won. But fortunately, this new this new voting did ensure that the overwhelming favourite amongst public vote won. So he will be going to Eurovision as well. And we've also had 2 internal selections. One unexpected one, which I hadn't realised was releasing, and I don't know whether it had been planned or not. But it hadn't. I didn't think I'd seen it on the Eurovision calendar. But anyway, but Poland released theirs on I think Monday it was, and it's Luna with the Tower. She won the internal selection by 1 point because, unlike in previous years, the TVP are trying to, I think, overcome some of the difficulties and the scandal and the corruption around them as a broadcaster that has prevailed over the last few years. With the change of government in Poland, they are basically getting complete sort of makeover and dusting out all the old skeletons and sorting things out. Anyway, so they were at least being transparent about how that was chosen, because there had been a huge fan favourite that had been flagged as possibly representing Poland, and that was a song, Witcher Terra Horo by Justyna Steczkowska, which is known as Justina, which had been very popular, but it lost just by 1 point. She's actually a former contestant, so again, the curse of the former contestants is striking again, all the way back in 1995 when she was at the contest, but no, she did not make it this time. But as I say, at least TVP, I think, are trying to be sort of upfront about how, what the points were. And I think given that there are 2 other kind of witchery based songs in that semi-final, and perhaps it's maybe it's a good thing that there isn't a third one, and it might struggle more. Anyway, we shall wait and see. And then we had the expected release, the planned one, which was Belgium. It was Misty and the song of Before the Party's Over. However, the song did get leaked by their own broadcaster a couple of days in advance, or a day or so in advance. I was good, and I just watched the actual official launch of the song on the Eurovision channel on the Tuesday morning. So. And that was all the ones we had. So that's quite a bumper weekend. Seven new songs, which have all been added to the Eurovision scoreboard app as well. In the coming week, we've got 2 more national finals, so not quite as many. The first of them is San Marino, which is always is completely bonkers, and is a really a large part, a bit of a money-raising scheme for San Marino, because they obviously, while San Marino is a wealthy country, it's also absolutely tiny, with 30,000 or so people, so they do need some help in terms of financial support in actually continuing to go to Eurovision, and this is one of the ways that they have worked out by having a very long and complicated selection process. They have had, they've been running a set of semi-finals. They'll have a second chances round before they have the grand final, their grand final on the Saturday. They have a number of what they call big artists that go straight through to the final. And they've just released some of those names earlier on. We have a couple of quite well-known ones. One is a contestant from this year's San Remo, a lady called Loredana Bertè. She's a very famous Italian singer. She has been, she's in her early 70s now. She was a bit of a sensation at San Remo this year, but she's had a very long and successful sort of career as an Italian singer. She's also the ex-wife of Bjorn Borg, and one of her motivations, we said, was to annoy her ex-husband by going to Eurovision in his home country of Sweden. So I think she's taken up, I think the San Marino organisers heard that and decided, well, why would you didn't win San Remo, why would you like to try in San Marino? She's also got a connection to Eurovision in other ways. She is the sister of Mia Martini, another great Italian singer who represented Italy on 2 occasions in 1977 and 1992, but unfortunately died sort of young from cancer, I believe, in the 90s. As well as Loredana, we have Jalis are going to be in the final for San Marino. They won San Marino. I must get mixed up with San Marino and San Remo. But Jalis, who happened to win San Remo, they had probably my favourite ever Italian Eurovision song, which was back in 1997, Fiume di Parole. They will be in that final. And also in the second, they've got through to the second chances, Megara from Spain, who have were in Benidorm Fest, I think last year. I think they were in Benidorm Fest. But yeah, so there's another connection there. So we shall see what comes out. San Marino did it by jury, not a televote. So it really is, what do the San Marinese jury decide who they want to go to Eurovision. But yes, we'll see what comes from that. And then we have Croatia and their national section Dora. They've got 2 semi-finals taking place on Thursday and Friday. And then their national final will be on the Sunday. They'll have they've got a couple of previous winners of Dora are back again. Damir Kejdo, who won Dora 2020, but of course never got to go to Eurovision because of the cancellation, because of the pandemic. And we also have last year's winners from Dora going as well. Let 3, they were obviously very famously, and their tractor made an impression in Liverpool in 2023. They are also attempting to win again. But in fact, the big favourite, or the big fan favourite certainly, is a rock singer called Baby Lasagna and his song Rimtim Tagidim. This was actually amazing. It was a reserve and only got put through into the selection when someone else pulled out. I think we need to brace for a complete Eurofan meltdown if somehow HRT, which is the Croatian broadcaster, somehow contrive for him to lose. So yes, we'll brace for that. But otherwise, we will have quite a few internal selections happening kind of towards the end of next week, but I will come back with another update middle of next week with how San Marino and Croatia went, if there were any unexpected releases, any other news that might be happening. There's a few rumblings happening at the moment, but I won't talk about them now because nothing is confirmed. And yes, and we'll be looking forward to kind of the sort of the finals and the internal selections that will be coming up next week. But for now, take care.